Treat, The Beverlys, Episode 4, The Beverly Photoshoot. I'm Adam, and Urine.
And I am Urine also, but today I think it's going to be all work and no pleasure because this episode was meat. It was all meat and no rubber.
It was like drinking a hot cup of bone broth.
Man, the second record in the row that I've not wanted to have a bone broth, but like fought through it, boiled some water, and now I'm drinking the saltiest bone broth you ever did taste, and it's heavenly.
Where do you get your bones from? What kind of bones you got in there? Chicken bones, beef bone, pork bone?
Chicken bone.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
How's it taste? That seems like there's not a lot of broth in those bones. You got to put a lot of bones in there.
You need a lot of chickens to make bone broth. It's very unethical. But I feel like chickens are pretty dumb. And that's why I love killing them.
Yeah, I mean, a chicken's life is a dime a dozen. So just like grind them up still living, and drink that broth. Cows
are smart. They're cute, playful. They have a community of cow. And chickens are dumb.
Yeah, a cow will mourn when another cow dies. A chicken will pull another chicken's intestines out of its butthole. So that should kind of tell you everything you need to know about the animal kingdom.
Yeah, so let's eat a bunch of chickens and swear off cows forever.
Amen.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got a question for you. I just had this thought while listening to our amazing theme song for the Midweek Freak Treat. Where do you think that motorcycle's off to? Where do you think it takes off to at the end of that song? It starts in the studio, and then it just drives somewhere. Where does it go?
I'd have to say this was recorded in Orange County, probably at Orange County Studios.
You think senior or junior's on that hog?
I think they're both on it. Junior's in front, and senior's being real upset about it.
Right, junior's in front, sitting backwards, like they're in the Tom Cruise movie Night and Day. And he's sitting backwards, hugging his dad because he loves him so much, while his dad works the handlebars.
Oh yeah, that's got to be a poster or some kind of fan porn or something.
I mean, I dream of the day when I could see the family reconcile enough that could happen, but it looks like it won't be this day. That's for sure.
No, but it was on the day that audio was recorded, so thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2002 was a very different time.
It was. I was going to ask you, did you watch Orange County Choppers at all?
No, I don't even know what it is.
Yin, 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 yin.
Yin, 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 yin. Yeah.
Well, they chop them up and they put them back together, I think.
Well, yin, 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 yin.
Oh, this guy's coming up raw dogging. I just picture when the audio for the motorcycle ends is just my head going back and the wind hitting my beautiful sun-bleached face. I kind of wish that we were doing a video for that portion of the show, but I just don't want people to see my face.
Your beautiful sun-bleached face, yeah, for sure. I get that, yeah. I mean, it blows your wig back. It's blowing so hard. And I like to picture that as the motorcycle's pulling away, there's it's pulling like a wagon behind it that has the Beverlys, the Royal Beverlys in it. So as the motorcycle drives away, the Royal Beverlys get pulled into view, and some angelic voice is singing about them.
What kind of angelic voice? Are you talking like Michael the angel?
I mean, I'm talking like this kind of angelic voice.
And vamping.
The Beverly. Like that kind of an angelic voice, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. You have the voice of an angel.
Oh, that's not me. I don't know who that is. I don't know where these theme songs come from. We start recording the first episode of the new Midweek Freak Treat, and there's just a new theme song in my music folder. I don't know where they come from. I love them, but I black out. There's a new song there.
I feel like somebody is conking you out, and then somehow this music gets created. The fact that you don't know at all where this comes from, you just see a file and click it.
Mm-hmm. Any old file. It just says the Beverly's theme song with motorcycle, and I go, all right, play. We'll see. Let's roll the dice on this and see how it goes. And then it's perfect.
Click it now.
You know what it is. You've heard it.
I have heard it at length.
Mm-hmm.
Are you warming up to the theme song of this show?
Which show? Listen
The Beverlys.
up. Oh, that's a tough question for me to answer. Because the answer is listen up. This is our story about how we became the Beverlys. We were three girls from three different worlds, and something.
Mr. Beverly took us
Well, there's another
way
line.
later, of course.
Yeah, there's another line in there that's like, all hope was gone, then God provided, and then Mr. Beverly took us in. That's when our nightmare truly begins, having the time of our life, and you're all invited.
Then God provided. Little snippets of this song really resonate with me now. Like I'll think about them once in a while.
Uh-huh.
But like the song is too long to really, for my stupid brain to get through the whole thing.
No, I'm with you. It's way too. Let's like the first time we listened to it, I was this is way too long. Cut it in half. The part where where the song ends and then the rap starts, end it there. We don't need the rap. The rap's pointless. I guess you got to showcase Gabby, I suppose, but it's the theme song. Get Malibu Dan to sing it. It doesn't matter.
I feel like you just need God provided and Mr. Beverly took us in, and then the rest is just fluff.
Well, so those are the lines that stick out to you, is what I'm gathering.
No.
Oh, what are the lines that stick out to you then?
Listen up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
See, I'm always I always hear family for life, always tight, and because I don't like that line. It bothers me. It's just weird. It's a weird line.
Mine is listen up, and then God provided, and Mr. Beverly took us in. Definitely.
Now we're all family. They've got our backs. There's our guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's that.
Just like that. Also, actually, just like that is number one for sure. I think about that in the shower all the time.
I think of the part where the three girls go, "We are the Beverlys." That part
Why
really
aren't they saying the Royal Beverlys?
Why isn't Jamie mentioned in the theme song? Like, yeah, Mr. Beverly took you in, but he barely interacts with you. Jamie is your handler. She's with you every episode. Mr. Beverly shows up in this episode with a camera being like, it's time to take pictures of you girls. And they go, no, they literally run away screaming no. Good call. So, but they don't even, no love for Jamie.
No love for Jamie, especially in this episode, but they were all either going to mention God provided or something about Jamie. And you got to talk about God providing.
Exactly, yeah. They can't say Jamie provided because she's not really providing them anything other than like she's a secretary for them, I guess. Like she answers their phone calls.
Does she live in the house, do you think? I thought she didn't at first, but now, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure in the first episode, Tommy Blaze refers to her as his like live-in assistant.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds gross to me.
Yeah, I would not be thrilled to be like, oh, I'm Bruce Dern's live-in assistant. Great. Can't wait to wait on this old geese bag hand and foot.
Martin the butler does even out that weirdness. Like, if it was just Tommy and then Jamie, his assistant, living in this, 50-room mansion, that would be creepy.
It's a castle. It's such an insane building that they live in. I wonder if they film, like... Well, no. Do you think that they're filming in a real mansion? It kind of looks like. It doesn't really look like a set. It looks like if it is a set, it's a big expensive set because the rooms are huge.
Yeah, I don't think this is a set. I think they got an Airbnb to like the biggest mansion or Gothic castle that you could ever see.
Gothic castle, yeah.
And then filmed some scenes in there and then took the rest for green screen later. But it doesn't look like green screen ever.
I think it's all practical. I think it's all filmed on location in David A.R. White's actual house.
I could also see this being like one room, like a very small room in a studio, and it all just kind of looks the same, so they just adjust a couple of things to make a new room. You don't have too many rooms in this show.
That's true. I guess, yeah, there's the main, like, living room, aka also, like, the entry room. It's all the same. And then there's Mr. Beverly's office. Listen up. Mr. Beverly's office. The girls' bedroom. The girls' studio, which is kind of just like an attic. And then the kitchen. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but the kitchen is like the whole thing. That's what makes me think it's Airbnb.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I would agree. We only ever see all of it from one angle, though, which is suspicious. I don't know. It's, hey, Tommy Blaze is our new best friend on Twitter, so maybe we just ask him. What's the deal? Hey, why don't we just ask Tommy Blaze some questions about the Royal Beverlys? He would know the answers to them.
You definitely maybe know. I mean, that was like 2 years ago.
3.
It's been a long pandemic. Probably some booze got in the way.
Not for him. That man is high on God, and that's it.
Yeah, you can really tell during his video blogging scenes how sober of a man he is.
Oh my God. What did you think of those scenes? How much did you love them?
I really liked them because you got to see into a genius's soul. But I also couldn't stop staring at his makeup, and his facial expressions were really jokerish.
Yeah, and his laugh was like really fake and jokerish. Where maybe not jokerish, but he kept going like like just this like weird demon laugh out of like the bottom of his throat. No bueno.
If you were ever a director directing him doing that, you would just say stop and tell him never to do that again.
Yeah, well, I mean, the director's probably him, so he's like, "Oh, this is gold. I love it. This is gold."
Or Arlen. Sorry, I just choked on an orange.
Oh, I thought you were doing a seal impression, and it was very good. It sounded just like Kiss from a Rose. So there's like this whole subplot in this. So the girls have been invited to perform at like, What Do You Mean America Has Talent or something like that. Some show that's like a diss on America. But then also they have to do a photo shoot. Like, unrelated to that, they're doing a photo shoot for Teen Dream magazine. But, like, why those two pick one? It just seems weird that there's two stories going on featuring the same people that never intersect and don't really resolve in any kind of way.
Well, the Team Dream one does kind of, because the photographer comes over, but whom says America doesn't have talent never really comes up again. Like, that was the big thing, and then all of a sudden it becomes Teen Dream.
This stupid photo shoot for a magazine. Who in the hell reads magazines anymore besides, like, I don't know, gearheads?
Gearheads and snowboarders or surfers. Anything with a board, people love magazines of it. You gotta see the pictures.
They love snowboarding. They love cannabis culture. Oh, anything. Any kind of great magazines out there. Wired. Oh, who doesn't love it?
This brings up a subject I wanted to touch on today, which is this show feels like it's written by people who were 30 in the 90s. Like, like magazines and One Horse Can't Stop a Rodeo. Like, just all these lines coming out of these girls' mouths don't make any sense for that period of time.
Man, did you notice that last week they were like discussing in detail the characters from the Lone Ranger? Like, these 9-year-old girls were like, oh, the Lone Ranger. Oh, and don't forget his friend Tonto. And don't forget his horse Silver. I'm like, how in the hell do they love the Army Hammer movie? Like, how do these girls even know what the Lone Ranger is? And then in this episode, they go, who's Vanilla Ice? Like, you don't know Vanilla Ice, but you know the Lone Ranger and Tonto. It's clear.
Well, Vanilla Ice Cream is...
Of course. Oh, great burn. I'm sure he's never heard that before. I'm sure not even when Suge Knight was hanging him over a balcony did he make that kind of joke.
That's why I think it was the 30-year-old in the 90s, because of of course a 30-year-old in the 90s would look his nose up at the greatness that is Vanilla Ice.
Of course. He doesn't have time to stop, collaborate, or listen, because that man is Thomas Blaze. Like, you say a man who was in his 30s in the 90s, you're describing Tommy Blaze right now.
Yes, yeah. I very much am, and the friends that he, gets to help him out with these things, because you got to get your boys in the room.
They want you to write 8 episodes. Bring in some ghostwriters to punch up some of those scripts, He just sits there and goes, I don't know, in this episode, I don't know, Tommy Beverly just sits and talks into the camera the whole time. I don't really want to move around or do too much. And they go, all right, we'll give him a reason to do that, I guess.
Well, what about Martin? He's got to have something to do. No, I'm just going to vlog. Have Martin, look at a girl or something.
Yeah, have Martin wrap his Ferrari around a tree going 75 miles an hour. Write him out of the episode for a bit.
They really needed to have Martin in a Ferrari. The fact that we don't get to see him blazing the trails in his red Countach.
Oh, that's a Lamborghini, but
Yeah.
still.
Like, that's not right.
It is Aston Martin.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's probably a kit car. It's probably not even a real Ferrari. I bet that it's just like it's like the frame of a Ferrari slapped on a Ford Fiesta or something like that.
Or reversed.
Well, I mean, the car would have to be reversed because of the engine's in the back, but so you have to put the car in reverse in order to drive forward. So that's why Martin crashes it, because he hasn't figured out the gears yet and how to like turn left to go right. He's just I can't understand this, Mr. Beverly.
What do you mean reverse meant forward? Well, it's Italian.
It's made by pepperoni salami. Oh my God, listeners. I have been watching so much Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, and it has been delightful. March 11th, I think. Second season starts. Can't wait to watch it. It's going to be great.
Are you already done with the first?
No, I only have like 1 or 2 episodes left, I think. But almost every episode I get a new recipe I want to try. Like I'm going to make cacio de pepe. Ooh, I'm very excited for that.
Ooh, pepperoni salami.
Yeah, so excited. Ugh. Anyway, Italy, what
I'm
a
excited
country.
for you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the recommendation last week. I really appreciate it. Good looking out.
You're welcome. I thought it was an affront to the people of the pandemic, but yeah.
You know what? I looked into it, and I don't know where you were getting your information from, but this show is universally loved by people from the looks of it. In fact, people were saying this is just what we need during the pandemic, is like nice, fun travelogues featuring very cool Stanley Tucci.
Tucci rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. I felt the same way about Aaron Rodgers, and I was right. I felt the same way about the Subway Man.
Not fair to compare Stanley Tucci to Aaron Rodgers or Jared from Subway the pedophile. Not fair.
I know it's not fair because he hasn't done anything yet, but...
Not fair.
You're right, but I feel like his pepperoni is mixed up with his salami.
Well, we're having the time of our life and you're all invited.
I am I'm praying for you, and I just hope this show is everything you need it to be.
It has been. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Viva Italia! If any pepperonis or salamis out there want to send us a couple of cornicellos, feel free to send them our way. I learned that that's what the little bullhorn necklace is called. A cornicello, and you're not supposed to buy them yourself. You're supposed to get them gifted to you so that you can have good virility. Which neither of us want, I don't think. I certainly don't, but, just get me hard is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think ultimately you would probably want to chop off the horns yourself with an axe. Like, that's the most masculine way to get that necklace, right?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, you'd have to, kill the bull first in a traditional matador bullfight over in Pepperoni Salami Land, aka Italia. Man, there's a lot of people being like, El Napoli! Like, there's just a lot of, people screaming the names of Italian towns in that show. It's really great.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like American?
Roma, Napoli! That's all it is. Stanley Tucci goes to a new place, and he's like, Buongiorno! And everyone's just screaming at each other and talking with their hands really aggressively. It's great.
Well, the pepperoni salamis are very emphatic people. They love what they're doing, and they love who they are.
Mm-hmm. And they're always telling each other, you're a good jumper, Mount Vesuvius. It's just, it's very rude of them.
Yeah, but that's what they have to go to when it comes to, a dig.
Mm-hmm, of course. And what an honor it would be to jump into Mount Vesuvius. Without Mount Vesuvius and its horrible eruption that killed thousands or millions or hundreds or none, I don't know, we wouldn't have delicious aroma tomatoes that grow in the dirt and the nutrients of the volcano ash. It's very powerful.
Yeah, back then Mount Vesuvius came to you. Now you get to go to Mount Vesuvius and jump in.
Exactly. I mean, back then is 100 years ago, so it was not that long ago. And they're due for another eruption. So in the episode about Napoli, living in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, one of the first things they talk about is like, everyone here just lives under the constant threat of death. Like, all right, Italy, hang loose, Italy. That's great.
Some of these high, like, natural disaster places, like Tornado Alley, you're dealing with tornadoes that are murdering people all the time.
Yeah.
Just, like, move to California, although California.
Well, California is also, like, burned up with, wildfires and one bad earthquake away from being escaped from L.A., you know what I'm saying? So...
Yeah, tomato for sure. You definitely don't want to get into those wildfires.
Well, not all tomatoes are created equal. A Roma tomato are the finest tomato in the land.
Is it because of the nuts?
No, it's because of the volcano ash from Mount Vesuvius.
So before then, tomatoes were crap.
Oh, yeah. Just the worst tomatoes in the world grew in Roma. And then, thanks to that ash that maybe killed people, then, the tastiest, sweetest, you eat it right off of the vine.
Does Hawaii have good tomatoes, or is it too much of an F climate?
The show isn't called Stanley Tucci Searching for Hawaii. It's called Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy. They've never even brought up the islands of Hawaii.
Yeah, but like I picture you watching this show, being very inquisitive, a young man, ready to just like burgeon himself onto society, and you are getting the information about Mount Vesuvius and how good tomatoes are. So you go online and you search up volcanoes, tomatoes, Hawaii, and you get the information. That's what I was picturing.
Well, you say volcano, I say tomato. Let's call the whole thing off, you know?
You say volcano, I say tomato.
I say volcano.
Tomato.
Volcano. That's
tomato.
Let's not call the whole thing off. I guess that's how that song ends.
Well, you're arguing for tomato or volcano. Which side were you on?
I'm on volcano.
Okay. And I'm on down with Dolby.
That's right. Stop Asian Haiti.
Oh, no, I want more Dolby. Right.
You don't know where you are. You're in the jungle, baby. You're going to die.
I just want more Dolby so we can teach our kids how to listen good.
You know what? That's fair. By blowing out their sensitive little ears with all the Dolby a theater can muster.
Exactly what I want out of Dolby is the mustard.
I want to watch the THX logo come up and just have my teeth shatter with how much Dolby there is. That might be a Simpsons bit, actually. Never mind. Well, I walk that back. I take back that. I don't want that to happen. I didn't come up with that on my own.
Yeah, and we take it all back. We like Dolby just where it is.
It's perfect as it is. Please don't write Matt Groening and tell him that we were biting his style on our show.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna sue us, it's definitely Matt.
Yeah, it's Dan Castellaneta.
Ooh, he's had a charmed life.
Well, semi-charmed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing meth.
He was doing meth?
I don't know. Hey,
He was meth curious.
He was definitely meth curious. I mean, whomst amongst us isn't meth curious at a certain point in our life?
I watched a YouTube video of a person describing the high off of meth, and they say it's great.
I mean, there was a period of time where I was almost exclusively watching videos of very attractive women smoking meth in their cars. I don't know why. They just like young girls in their early 20s just ripping meth pipes in their cars and just being like, wow, what a time to be alive.
Well, was this around pimp culture as well?
I want to say this is maybe 5 years removed. This is like 2009, 2010, something like that.
This is what like pimp culture faded into, is socially aware but meth addled young 20-year-old something.
Exactly. We don't want the sex. We just want attractive women hooked on meth, and we just want to see that addiction in stark color.
Did they talk a lot about stuff?
The best ones didn't talk at all. Hey, did you?
Wow.
Did you notice that Jamie was trying to get a hey going in this episode?
She was trying to get a hey going.
She was there when she was teaching. She was teaching one of the girls how to rap, and she was going like, "Hey, ho, hey," and nobody was picking up on it. And also she was pointing at one of the young girls and going, "Ho, ho," and like, this girl's like 8. How old are these girls?
Well, another old white person view of what a rap is, which is getting a hey going. Or heys and ho, and let me tell you about this story about a man named Fred.
Right, yeah. His dink was so long he could suck it, of course.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't that girl just, when they were trying to, like, when she was trying to teach her how to rap, why didn't she just go, listen up, this is our story, and just do the Beverly's theme song? That's already a rap for the most part.
Yeah, and that eats up another minute and a half of the episode. You're trying to get content going. This is a slam dunk.
Oh, if you're looking for content, rapping for a minute and a half, doing the theme song in the show is a great way to chew up some time.
Repeating the theme song is easy. And I think just to give them a taste of what the theme song is, we should probably go ahead. No relation to Eating Up Time whatsoever, but we should give them the theme song of this show.
Sure, you got it. The P. That's it.
The P.
The P.
The U.
What more do you need?
I think sometimes you need the U, sometimes you just need the P.
Most of the time, just the P, but occasionally you need a bit of the U, absolutely. But not this time. This time, strictly P.
Take that home to your loved ones. When you're making love to your significant other,
sure. Sometimes
you give them the P, and sometimes you give them the U, but most times you got to give them both.
Wise words from a wise man.
Upside down.
Did you notice that there was no performance in this episode as well?
Oh my god, it shattered me.
It didn't surprise me at all.
No. It really didn't, because after the last one, you're like, well, this set a precedent, and they don't have to do it again until the last episode. If they don't do it in the last episode, I'm going to go crazy.
Like, they do a photo shoot in this episode that includes photos from a performance that we are not shown. Why? What is this? Why? What? Who is that performance for then? This creepy cameraman? Ugh.
This performance at the end was your whole thing. This was what was bringing the people on to the show.
Also, who is Tommy Beverly live streaming for? Where is he live? What is the point of his live stream? Also, I love that he's live streaming. He wants people to interact with him. He gets one comment from someone who makes fun of his t-shirt, and he shuts down the live stream and just goes like, well, we're done with this. Bye-bye.
They're very short scenes. I think they were just time filler.
Oh, yeah.
So just play the theme song again. Why cut to Tommy Beverly on a vlog that he doesn't know how to do with weird makeup and facial expressions?
Let Martin play the theme song. Let Martin sing the theme song. That's all I want.
Let Martin vlog. I just wanted more Martin in this show.
Man, have I got a show for you. It's called Martin. It's from the 90s, and you're going to love it. It's full of Martin.
Yeah, but does it have a Mexican butler that's also named Martin?
It's got a man who would go on to star in the Bad Boys movie franchise.
Oomst?
Martin Lawrence.
Man, I really liked Martin Lawrence when I was a kid. Blue Streak?
Oh, Blue Streak. Yeah, of course. Put your hands on the noodles, chicken or beef. You know, it's great stuff.
That's podcasting, baby.
That's podcasting, and that's great stuff. And, you know, that really leads into rule number 5 here of the Royal Beverly Princess Club, which is always be yourself. We didn't really explain why that's relevant in this episode, but, you know, it doesn't really matter in the end.
Well, Posh Beverly has a crisis of identity and thinks she needs to reinvent herself. But she's, you know, beautiful the way she is, blah, blah, blah. And don't let people tell you what to be. Be yourself, but be what God called you to be. Let God change you.
They do say, let God change you on the inside, which I'm not 100% sure what that means.
The first 3 episodes, the rules seem pretty straightforward. Very much connected with the plot of the episode. Very godly and serving of Christ. And then the 4th and the 5th one are kind of like, I
mean, the 6th one's just going to be like, rule number 6, have the time of your life and invite everyone. I guess that's a rule. I guess.
Could we do the golden rule once, maybe?
Right?
I don't.
Is Sailor Swift going to show up on this show? Because they've mentioned them 3 times now, and I'm dying to know who Sailor Swift is.
Do you think they're just saying Taylor Swift, but with a different name?
No.
Or is Sailor Swift something?
Sailor Swift is this universe's equivalent of Taylor Swift, I would assume. But
yeah.
Sailor Swift implies a very different person than Taylor Swift. Like, I love the idea of who Sailor Swift could be and why prepubescent girls would love Sailor Swift. I have so many questions.
She has to be in the last episode. And if it's not Taylor Swift, I'm going to throw up.
You say she. I picture Sailor Swift being like a crusty old sailor who sings like breakup songs and kids just love him. Like he's like a TikTok star or something.
Like a very old, curmudgeon-y, wrinkled person.
Sure, yeah, with a beard, like his hair and beard takes up all of his face, so you just see like his eyes and his nose. Like that's all that's visible. The rest is just white, big bushy beard, and just he's kissed by the sea.
Always wearing swimming goggles, hook for a hand.
Yep, family for life, always tight. He's got just skin the color of like burnt sienna.
That's beautiful. That's good descriptive word.
Yeah. Skin just beaten up by salt and just scars on his face from God knows what's happened to him, but the heartbreak that he puts into all of his music just touches those kids on TikTok, and he really understands what the youth of this generation are going through.
Salted skin does really hurt you and like your pores, but it does attune yourself to the children of today.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Yeah, well, if there's anything Zoomers love, it's salted skin.
Salt of the skin.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. Well, hopefully we get more answers on Sailor Swift in future episodes. Hopefully we get a Sailor Swift spin-off. We should tweet at Tommy Beverly or Tommy Blaze. Oh my God, my worlds are colliding. We should tweet at Tommy Blaze, ask him about Sailor Swift.
Well, let's collide our own worlds and also start a salt farm. Let's move to Malta, start a salt farm, and become Reverend.
The Salta of Malta.
Salta Malta.
I love it. That sounds great. If I could grow up to look like Jeff Fahey, I would be, oh man, now that's who I'm picturing is Sailor Swift. If Jeff Fahey doesn't cameo on this show as Sailor Swift, I'll never watch another Pureflix original again. Just kidding.
Well, we still got to get to the beefiest hog of all on Pureflix.
2 seasons and a spin-off. I can't wait for Sons of Thunder.
Is it 2 seasons and a spin-off? I thought it was the season 1 and a spin-off.
Nope. 2 seasons of Sons of Thunder and then the spin-off Sons of Thunder Redemption.
Oh, redeem me. Yeah, don't Malibu Dan us Reloaded again. Like, never do that to us again, Pureflix. Although if you do, I'll forgive you.
Of course, yeah. I feel like they learned their lesson with Malibu Dan Reloaded because they haven't really, from everything we've seen, they haven't done it since. So, I don't know.
Thank goodness. David A.R. White, we want to see you on the cross. We want to see you get crucified.
David A.R. White, we want to get shot in Beckman 2 or be the starring cast in one of your new Pureflix sitcoms. We will accept that, as well.
I think I just figured out what you mean by shot in Beckman 2.
What did you think I meant, and now what do you think I mean?
Well, I didn't know what you meant, but I kind of thought you meant being like just on camera, like shot on Beckman 2. But now I think you mean you want us to get shot and killed.
Yeah.
As like henchmen for the mob.
I want to get squibbed.
Or should we be henchmen for the devil?
That's sick. I mean, that's the only direction Beckman 2 can go in. Is he like a kind of like a Constantine, where Beckman goes into hell to kill the devil himself, the sexiest angel?
Yeah, the only thing worser than the evil people in Beckman 1 is the devil, and we can be his henchmen.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Baldwin was not that far off from the devil. He was doing peyote. He was hanging out in the desert. That's all devil stuff.
Oh, I would have to assume the hell is the desert, the biggest desert of them all.
I mean, hell is other people as far as I'm concerned.
This shirt is Jesus.
Well, hey, man. Family for life, always tight. Royal Beverlys. The Beverlys. We're just running long. I couldn't really think of a good way to wrap it up, so,
I think we wrap.
Yeah, I'd say so.